It is summer of Swift time again. Longtime reporter Jim Swift is on his way to retirement this fall.
And down in the newsroom's Edit Bay 3, Jim's digging up some of his favorites for us from the past 36 years.
Thanks so much. Well, another sachet around the Edit Bay turned up the story of a rescue. A rescue of an abandoned baby squirrel down in South Austin back in 1998. The folks who found the animal fed it almond milk with a little eyedropper until someone else took over.
Scampy the cat, nursing her young. One little kitten, two little kittens, three little kittens, and a squirrel.
I heard a high-pitched squealing, so I went out into the yard and I saw that there was a squirrel's nest that had been ransacked. I don't know if it was it just given way or a raccoon had gotten to it.
The baby squirrel that Herman Rooks found beneath the nest was just a few days old.
And about a day later, the first kitty had her litter. And the idea was, well, how we're going to introduce it because she's very protective. So as she was having the litter, I rubbed the afterbirth and blood on the squirrel. And she got around to licking it, and from that time on, she accepted it.
Rooks's friend, Anna Mangala Searles, watched all this in amazement.
This cat, normally she would eat the squirrel. That's why, in a way, it's a miracle, you know, that at this point, it's one of her own. So you have to be really conscious when you're dealing with animals and let them know you're there, but don't overdo it. You know, they know what they're doing. But you can also try new things, and it's fun.
But beyond the fun, there may be some lessons to be learned here.
Don't assume that, you know, we can't go beyond our fears and learn to love different peoples and animals, and what can happen when there's less fear and a bit more love.
And speaking of love, an extra mouth to feed can mean a lot more work. So the black mama cat, Scampy, asked for some help from her own mom, the white cat, Blue.
They are incredible how they join together and support each other, though, these two cats. I think that's great.
Now, you might think Grandma, being from an older generation, would frown on this squirrel nursing business. But you know what? She loves the squirrel, too.
What does it say in the Bible? You know, the lamb lay down with the lion.
And stayed for supper. Out on the porch, Jim Swift, News 36.
Well, odd as it seemed at the time, turns out cross-species nursing is more common than you might think. In fact, a report from National Geographic back in 2005 had zookeepers in China using a dog to wet nurse a couple of hungry tiger cubs. Whatever works. Now back to the studio.
We always learn something new from Jim Swift. Another Summer of Swift feature will air Monday night during our 10 o'clock newscast, and then every Wednesday and Friday evening at 6. That's through September the 27th.